Hi everyone! Welcome in! How's everyone doing today? Hello! Happy Friday! I hope everyone had a good Friday. Hope you guys had a good week. Sorry I'm a little late today. Work went a little bit longer than I had planned. Usually on Fridays I can get off a little early, but things are a little crazy. Hi, Browheel. Okay, yeah, let's do our things. All right, hi, Browheel. Congrats on getting first. Hi, Beanie. Congrats on getting second. Hi, Lulu. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you guys are all doing good. Yeah, I think earlier I was like, well, January's over, guys, and I didn't get any audits this year. Whoop, yippee, yippee. Things should be chill now. I spoke too soon because this week we started getting audit requests for just one of my properties. So I think that's the only one that I have to do audit stuff for, but yeah, so I was a little late getting off work because I was trying to finish up sending some stuff to the auditors, so. Because fun fact, if you're not in the industry, you might not know this, or if you don't work in well, I think most industries get audited, but if you don't work like corporate jobs, this might not be something you know. But any publicly traded company is required to get audited. So that's any business that you can buy stocks for has to be audited. And then the audits, I think, have to occur, like, they do, like, yearly audits, and then they do, like, depending on, like, so many years, they do, like, more in-depth audits. And the yearly audits, you have to send in a bunch of information to get sampled by the auditors, right? So that they can look through everything and say, yes, this is good. Making sure, basically, you're not committing fraud, or doing bad stuff, or fudging your books, and things like that, so yeah. Usually that starts around January, but this one property of ours, they don't get audited until like near February. But yeah, they request like a butt ton of information, and so then I have to send everything to them. But it's kind of repetitive. Especially because they're like, oh, can you send us like all of the like monthly financial reporting packages? Which they already get. Like, we send them to the client gets them like every month. They should have these on file, but they don't. So then I gotta go re-pull all of the packets and send them over. And then they want individual things that are already inside of these packets. Like, the packets I send them over, those have everything they need inside. But then they want me to pull them again. So then I have to go and pull the individual files. And it's just a never-ending process. Audit season is not fun. But luckily I think this is the only property I really have to do this for, so. Fingers crossed. I'm unable to fall asleep. I mean, I did for like 20 minutes. I'm wide awake now, trying to force myself to go back to sleep. Oh no! Well, I hope you can fall asleep, bro. Well, hopefully this will be a chill stream. You'll be able to fall asleep. It's gonna be a shorter stream, I think, today, hopefully. I think the max amount of time we could spend on this game is 3 hours, but I don't even think it's gonna be that. I think it's gonna be like the Trapped with Jester game, because it's similar to that one in the Spend. It's like, it's a short one. It's longer than Trapped with Jester, but it is still like a shorter game. I think there's only like 9,000 words total, and I think to get like one ending is only like 30 to 45 minutes. And then after you get that first ending, they have like 6 possible endings. There's 5. And then I think if you unlock all 5 endings, you get a 6th ending. And so we might just go like ending hunting. We'll do like one ending that's like our natural ending, and then we can go hunting for a bunch of different endings as well. Kind of like we did with that game. And then when you're playing through like 2nd, 3rd, 4th times, right, you can skip through all the dialogue you've already seen, so it goes a lot faster. So I don't know. I think the stream might only end up being like maybe 2 hours, maybe? I don't know. It'll depend on how fast everything goes. And how much dialogue there is, and how much yapping we do. But it's a really cute looking game. I think it was like pretty cheap on Steam. I can't remember if it was free or if it was just like pretty cheap. I think it might be a free game. I think this might be another free one I got. Yeah, it's saying free on here, so I think this one was free. So it's open for people to play if you want to play. But it's called Duskbound, and I thought it looked really cute. The art style is like really cutesy looking and very pretty. I like the colors, very like muted colors. But it's pretty. And then I'm also excited because it's a vampire romance, and I love vampires, so. The worst thing is that I was actually tired because turns out moving fridges is tiring. Oh my gosh, you were moving fridges? Oh my god. Yeah, that is tiring. Oh my gosh. I don't know how you're not passed out. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. I'm excited though. I love vampires, so I'm very excited that it's a vampire game. Anyone who got to be here live when we were ranking all the guys, or who watched the VOD, you'll know I'm kind of obsessed with vampires. Oh goodness. But I'm excited. Hopefully this is cute. It looks really cute. I think it's like slightly dark because it's vampire stuff. The guy's probably gonna be a little crazy, but I don't mind a little crazy. I'm excited to try it out. One of the little obscure ones I found. I think it's cute looking. And I think it'll be fun. A little short one to do on a Friday night. I had to help out my mom because the last one gave out. Oh, yeah. We're fixing to have to do that with our dryer for our laundry. So, I don't know if this is the case for you, Bro Wheel. I know this varies in Europe. I want to say Hungary is like a colder country. So you guys probably use clothes dryers, right? I know in some European countries and some parts of Asia, they hang dry clothes outside. And sometimes they'll do a combination of both. So they'll have dryers, but they'll air dry their clothes sometimes. And then dry their clothes in the, like, dryer at separate times? I don't know. I know it kind of, yeah. Both, okay, depending on the household. Okay, yeah, that's what I kind of thought. I know that's more of like, I know a lot of Europe and Asia is like that. It kind of depends. It's like a mix, depending on household or climate, weather, things like that. Okay, cool. In the States, that's not really a thing. I think if you own a house, you could. So like, for instance, Zio's grandmother, she's from Spain. She's a Spaniard. And so, Grandma Zio, she would, like, hang dry our clothes on nice weather. Because Texas has nice weather for drying clothes. They might get a little sun bleached, but, like, it's usually warm enough you can do that. And so, if you have a house, in theory, you could. It's just not very, like, American culture to do that. So most people will just dry their clothes. Like, growing up, that's what my family always did, is we just used the dryer. But, if you live in an apartment like we do, they don't let you hang dry your clothes because it, like, looks bad. They think it looks bad. And I think maybe even depending if you own a house, depending on your, like, HOA, like your homeowners association, you might not be allowed to do that. So, like, for instance, at our apartment, they don't let you air dry clothes because they think it looks bad. And so you're not allowed to do that. So, you know. Which is really, yeah, it's kind of dumb. So, we have a dryer, and our dryer, it's at the end of its life. I think when they had to retile our floor, that well, not even I think, we know that they messed up our dryer vent when they were redoing our floor. Hi, Texter! Hi, welcome in! I'm doing good, how are you? Happy Friday! But yeah, they ripped our dryer vent when they were redoing the floors. And ever since then, our dryer has not been drying our clothes correctly. So I think that they, like, literally actually screwed up our dryer. And now our dryer doesn't work. And to be fair, it was already an older dryer. But now it's, like, really on its, like, last legs. And so we might have to get a new dryer soon. Theo's gonna try and look and see if he can fix the vent and make it work a little bit better. And we're gonna try a few things, but it might just be, like, shot and we might have to get a new dryer, in which case we will have to this circles all the way back to the getting a new fridge. We will have to lug our dryer all the way back down to the first floor and then get a new one and lug it all the way back up, which is like a huge pain. So, not exciting. Yeah, I feel to find it stupid. It's my own place. I should do what I want. Yeah, that's how I feel with it. I don't like it when things do that, but I don't know. It's like a common thing here where a lot of like either you're part of an HOA or if you live in an apartment, it's basically like having an HOA. They regulate what you can and can't do. My mom's HOA where she moved to like a new neighborhood recently, and they had a no exotic pets thing for their HOA, which I was like, how are they? Because here's the thing with HOAs, I don't like them, but I can kind of understand like areas of your house that people can see, right? So like making sure your roof is good, your yard, like your front yard and your fences. I'm like, I don't think anything that's in your backyard, that because people can't see your backyard, so I don't think that should matter, and I don't think what happens inside your house should matter, right? I can kind of understand that areas people can see. I still don't like it, but I can understand that. But inside your own house, they should not have any say what I do inside my own house, right? But the one she moved into recently, they don't let you have exotic pets, which I think is so stupid. I'm like, if I'm buying a house, why should you tell me what pets I can and can't have? Like, my apartment doesn't let us have exotic pets, but I'm like, okay, I don't own the apartment, right? I'm paying rent. I don't own the apartment, so I guess I get that. But like, if I own a house, and I bought that house, and I'm paying a mortgage, and that's my house, the neighborhood has no say in it. How dare you tell me what I can and can't do? That's so stupid. Exactly, yeah. Duct tape it up, that solves everything. We might. I know we've got some duct tape. We might have to try. Yeah. There's our little tangent for the day. Alright, let me get the game pulled up. I don't think I was wearing headphones when I opened this earlier, so I don't know if it has me. I imagine it would, but let's see. Okay, it does, it does. I'll need to check the volume. Still, if it's not making damage in the apartment, you should be able to do it. And yeah, see, that's my kind of logic too. I don't get why they don't allow exotic pets. My only guess is that exotic pets, a lot of them eat bugs. And so maybe it's like a thing where like they don't want to accidentally cause an infestation or have a bug issue is probably where that comes from. But even then, I'm like, I don't know. I think it's kind of lame. Because, like, I love exotic pets. And, like, anything that's not a cat or dog is basically called exotic, right? Like hamsters, guinea pigs, like any type of rodent or reptiles, or even fish are all considered exotic by, you know, our apartment standard, at least. They only allow cats and dogs. I think for most places they wouldn't be considered exotic, for some of them. But I know a lot of places are like, oh, if it's not a cat or dog, that's an exotic pet. And it's like, that's so lame. But, I don't know. I miss being able to have an exotic pet. I used to have a hedgehog. And I really wanted to get a hedgehog when I graduated, but then our apartment said no, so I was like, okay, shoot. Which sucks, because I want a hedgehog. Hedgehogs are cool. I would get a pet rat, but Zio doesn't like rats, so sad. He won't let me have my cousins. They're silly, yes. Alright, let's get this loaded up. I think the gaming scene should hopefully be working. I did load it up just now, so let's see, let's see. Yep, there we go. Just need to check the volume. Looks pretty quiet at the moment, so we'll try upping it a little. I don't know if there's voice acting or not, but I'll adjust it as need be. You guys can let me know if it gets too loud at any point, and I'll make it quieter. I think that should be good. Yeah. I like the music though. I like the vibe. We're going into this blind, guys. I have not played this, so this will be interesting. But I'm excited because, vampires. I'm gonna move my model so I'm a little bit out of the little bit more. Let me see if I can go to, make me a little shorter. We'll need a bit more out of the way. Alright. I would love to have a crow personally. Definitely not because I would digity. Yeah. That would be cool. I would love a bird too. Birds are very cool. The sound seems good. Yay! Okay, cool. I guess we'll get started. See what we're in for. This game contains dark and unsettling themes and may not be suitable for everyone. I need to make that a little comment. This game contains I'll just say it contains dark and unsettling themes and we'll probably be fine. I don't think it's gonna have anything too crazy, and it's not a very graphic art style, so I don't think we should be too concerned. I'll post that and let me pin that real quick. I have to go to the web version in it. There we go. As much as I meme about it, it turns out crows are really smart and they also cling to their owners. I find that adorable. I do know that. Crows are very intelligent. A lot of birds are actually very smart. I kind of think we do birds kind of dirty. One of my favorite fun facts to give people are that pigeons used to be domesticated. Like, all pigeons are domesticated pigeons because they all are domesticated birds. But we used to be way more reliant on pigeons, and then we kind of decided we didn't like them anymore, and we released them into the wild. But that's why pigeons still stay around humans, is because they are reliant on our, like, they need us to survive. Like, because they are basically still domesticated animals. Which is very sad. So I like to love on pigeons. But a lot of birds, I think, are like that, where they're very smart. I think birds get a kind of a stupid reputation, which is kind of unfortunate because birds are actually very smart. This is very, very sad. Yeah, now we think of them like pests. Yeah, I think that's so sad. Because pigeons, like, they deserve better, you know? But crows are kind of similar to that too. Like, crows are very intelligent. You can actually train wild crows. This is like, there's whole subreddits of people who have like trained crows and ravens and things like that near them to like listen to them. Like, if you give them like little treats and things, they'll bring you stuff. They're like very sweet and smart creatures, like, and they have very good memory. Like, they remember like who is nice to them and who's mean to them. So it's very fascinating. But yeah, I think it's unfortunate that birds get a reputation for being stupid or annoying or whatever, because I think birds are cool. I used to be part of a bird banding club in college, so I would wake up really early, like once a week, or once every other week, depending on how frequently I wanted to go. Like, literally woke up at the crack of dawn to go to like this little like nature plot preserve that our school owned, and we would collect birds and take samples and stuff from them. But it was very fascinating. I love birds. You can also teach them words like some parrots. Yeah. Very cool, very cool. That's so fun. Yeah. Bird banding, super fun hobby. I enjoyed bird watching and bird banding. I think they're very cool interests to have. I love researching the birds that are in our native area. Like, I can identify most of the native birds local to me, which I think is fun. And I like pointing them out. I think it's cool. Birds, fascinating. I could go on a tangent. But we'll get into the game. Again. I might adjust myself a little bit more real quick, actually. I like where I'm positioned. A little more up. A little smaller. That good? I think I like that a little better. Not me. Alright. There is no light in this city. A dull red moon is all that illuminates our internal night. Even the lanterns are obscured by the countless moths. People trace the same paths every day, seamlessly, possessed by no spirit at all, simply droning on. Some days it feels like I'm the only one who is alive, and everyone else is merely a ghost. I might need to... Is there a way to change the text? Because this is not good for my dyslexia. No, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I'm just gonna have to suck it up. Alright, cool. Okay. It wasn't always like that. Long ago, the city shone as a beacon to all those who believe in one Lord. Until the Red Plague fell upon us, and our great cathedral was abandoned by those who proclaimed they would save us. They took the light with them when they left. But they couldn't take everything from us. I, for one, have done my best to find hope in the small things. Like my meeting with him. There is no light in this city, but he is still the sun. Interesting! Yeah, let's see the gimme. I don't know who he is, but I saw him one day ambling through the town square. His garments were incredibly tailored, and his hair framed his face in a way I had only seen in paintings. Yeah, see how pretty the art is in this game? I like the art style. I think it's very pretty. I'm quite fond of it. And those fine threads. If he had stopped by my workshop, I would have surely remembered. Of course, I've seen attractive men in my life, but there is simply something different about him, and that glint in his eyes. It really is pretty. Yeah. I really like it. I'm an appreciator of the arts. As I examined him, his eyes met mine, and a radiant smile came over his features. Oh, I see those teeth. I see those teeps. The light behind his eyes shone so dazzlingly. I hadn't seen anyone in the city look like that in years. When it occurred to me that I was staring at him, I quickly averted my eyes. Excuse me. I rushed past him, embarrassed by the blush slowly rising to my cheeks. In the days that followed, I passed by the town square as often as I could afford myself the time to, hoping to catch a glimmer of him again. I had to confirm for myself that he was not an illusion. More than that, I had to confirm that the light I had found in his eyes was more than a fluke. The longer I went without seeing him, the more I became convinced that I had made it all up. That he was no different from the others, and that I was desperate for anything that would change the monotony of my dull days. But he was there again, and that same expression was unmistakably real. He was looking at me with those eyes. Eyes that made me forget about this dreary place, that sent me far away. Ever since then, I couldn't get him out of my head. More so, I couldn't let go. At first, I was content, glancing at him every now and then, a gentle reminder that not all is dark, and not all hope is lost. But the more I gave into thinking about him, the less I could accept my daily routine that I had been shoving down my own throat and pretending I was content with. What I'm saying is, I grew greedy. Oh my gosh. Don't worry, guys. I can read. I'm just dyslexic. I can read, I promise. Okay. What I'm saying is, I grew greedy. I'd been looking for an escape this entire time, not knowing how to find one. I could leave, but where to? Nothing but death awaits those that venture outside the city walls. English is hard. It's a hard language, okay? It is. It's a hard language. The only solace available to me might be the arms of another, but I've never found anyone fit to hold me. Still, things are different now. I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's why today, I changed my fate. If you had a chance... Sorry, I was gonna do the thing from Brave. If you had a chance to change your fate, would you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. That was a really horrible accent. I'm so sorry. That's what it made me think of. Me saying this while I think the hardest language in Europe. Real. Look at him. He's so pretty. I swallow hard, trying to calm my quaking heart and my nervous breathing. He's mesmerizing. Hello? Good day. Can I help you? I don't believe we've met. Oh, of course. Why would he remember me? The words I so carefully rehearsed failed to spill from my lips. Well, I have seen you around in the town square. Oh no. This isn't going anywhere. Oh, I recall now. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you earlier. I don't receive guests too often. Please, come in. Why don't you join me for some tea? Oh my gosh, he's offering me tea? I love tea. It's something of a hobby of mine. Growing plants and combing them into interesting flavor combinations. Finding them into interesting flavor combinations. I love that. Unfortunately, I'm rather strapped for taste testers, so I was unsure if they're any good. My face flushes. He's being so kind, but why? I'm no more than a stranger plucked from the streets. Hey. I love that. I love that he's giving us tea. A man who makes his own tea? Say less. I'll take that. He's giving androgynous vibes, yes. And I love me an androgynous man. Perhaps, could it be? He sees the same light in my eyes that I see in his. A gentle warmth spreads throughout me, and I finally find it in me meet his gaze. That sounds lovely. I must admit, I'm no connoisseur of tea, but I do enjoy a cup every now and then. I love tea. Give me tea. I had tea this morning. With plenty of milk, preferably. Oh, maybe that's a faux pas? I cannot read! I cannot read! And it's, this font, and then my already bad reading abilities. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, maybe that's a faux pas? To a true tea enthusiast. There we go. Faux pas. I think that's how you say it, right? Faux pas? Something like that. I rarely drink tea, but I do love it. I love tea. I have such a large tea collection. I'll have to show it off sometime. But I literally have so many different types of tea. All different types. And I do not mind. I don't mind some milk and sugar in my tea, but I think it depends on the tea. I'm a very big stickler for some teas are better with milk and some are better without it. And then some are good either or. And I believe strongly in that. I'm just too lazy to make it, so I stick to water. That's fair. I won't lie. Like, I love tea. I prefer tea over coffee, but most mornings I make myself instant coffee because it's slightly easier than making tea because I drink a lot of loose leaf tea. And so it's easier for me to just rip open an instant tea or an instant coffee package and just throw in some hot water than it is to, like, grab out the tea, grab out my tea measuring spoon and a filter, put it to the right temperature of water, then boil, then steep for 5 to 10 minutes, then take it out, then throw away the excess tea, then add milk or sugar as needed, and it takes like longer. So as much as I love tea, and I do drink it quite often, I won't lie, some mornings, like a lot of the times during the work week, I usually don't make tea. Unless I'm just really craving it, like I was today. Because it's just so much more of a, like, time commitment. No such thing. Some teas are better with milk and some without. There's plenty of time to get you acquainted. Hey, that's what I said! That's what I said! Yes, yes, yes. Snap, snap. I agree with this. Yes. Yes. Some teas are good with milk and some are better without. Yes. I couldn't live without my coffee machine, although one day I want to upgrade to one that has a coffee grinder in it. Oh yeah. One day I think I would love to have like an actual like espresso machine and like actually do like espresso and ground coffee properly with like a milk frother and everything. But that's for the future. I don't got the money for that right now. But please, it's quite chilly outside. Do come in, I insist. I nod in agreement and cannot help my smile from growing wider. It seems that whoever is daring truly does come out victorious. As I enter through the doorframe, I glance up at him and I can't help but notice those teeth look awfully sharp. You know, these women kind of look like us. I'm just throwing this out here. These paintings, they vaguely look like us. We are a pale girl with reddish eyes and pale hair. I'm just throwing this out here. We look kind of similar to that. The mansion's interior is reminiscent of an antique shop, one that does not get customers all too often. There's an eeriness to the way it looks almost abandoned, half hidden behind cobwebs and dust, but the familiar smell of old books wafting over me is enough to put me at ease. As I follow him through the hallway, I look around and wonder. The walls are lined with portraits of women. All of them look different, but they're all bearing a chilling resemblance to one another. Girl, and yourself! Some of them look expressionless, others sad or even anguished. None of them wears a smile. But the most unsettling of all is they remind me so very much of me. Okay, good, she clocked it. Okay, because I was gonna say, girl, if you don't realize that all these women look very much like you, like they're very similar to you, that would be a problem. Hey, do we think this is like this, because he's a vampire, right? Do we think this is the case of like the vampire who's like trying to find his love and she keeps like growing old and dying? And so he has to like keep finding her like every time she gets reincarnated type deal? Or maybe he just thinks that? Like maybe they're not actually the reincarnation of his love, but he believes them to be? Or do we think this is more like a serial killer just has like their type? Like their MO? The background drawings are really interesting. It's weird that there isn't any shading, but it works. Yeah, again, the art's very, like, it's very simple in the fact that, like, yeah, there isn't a lot of, like, shading or anything. Like, not even cell shading, but it is, like, pretty. I do like it. And I do think it fits the kind of, like, old and kind of vaguely creepy vibes to it. I like it a lot. Both are very real options, yeah. Wait. Haha, I can't save. Yes, I love it when I can save on the option choices. Okay, we can ask about the portraits or we can keep quiet. I'm kind of curious about the portraits, so I think this time we might ask about them. What lovely portraits! The artistry is apparent, but I must say, they look so sullen. Might I ask the story of these paintings? He turns around slowly and purses his lips as though he's unsure how to respond. After a drawn-out silence, I start, "Oh, I'm sorry if I pried into something I shouldn't have." His eyes soften. Oh, he's so cute! No, don't worry. It's another hobby of mine, though I fear I'm not very good at it. He's the artiste? Oh my gosh, or is he just a collector? No, I think that implies that he did it. Alright, interesting. Yeah, it's annoying when you can't save them. That's where I always save. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I like to save on the actual option choice. I hate it in games when you can't do that, because then I'm like, well, how was I supposed to know to save right before it? I didn't know an option choice was about to pop up. After all this time, painting the same subject, I have at least managed a modicum of skill in the portraiture. So they're all portraits of the same woman. Then what love he must have had for her. I feel a pang of jealousy within my gut as I picture him gazing out at her intently, working to capture her likeness, stroke by stroke. You know, I thought that this guy was gonna be kind of crazy, but I think our girl that we're playing is also kind of crazy, because she's only seen this guy in town like twice, then goes to his house and asks to be taken in, and is immediately getting jealous by these paintings. So I think our girl might also be a little crazy, which I kind of love that. Artist vampire who's made for EJ. I know! He's just my type! Oh my goodness. Do you like them? He stares longingly at the paintings for a moment, and then directs his attention back to me. They're beautiful, truly. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. However, if you wouldn't mind me asking, who is she? He chuckles, turning his gaze towards me. You're just the same as always. Oh yeah, so he does! He does! He thinks we're his, like, long-lost love. He does! Oh my gosh, this is so, like, Love in Deep Space content. Oh my gosh. What? Can't you see? They're you. All of them are you. My beautiful pale one, shining like the moon in the night sky. How I would have loved to capture your smile. Ah, I can feel it. You feel it too, don't you? Yes. This time, it's different. The miracle I have been waiting for. You're drawn to me this time. You've never looked at me like that. Scarlet eyes sparkling. That face. No pain, no fear. It makes me happy. Panic? Nah, I'm into it. Conflicting emotions slosh around in the pit of my stomach, causing me to fall silent. I don't know how these paintings could possibly be of me, but how could I not feel flattered by such words? Our meeting in the town square must have made quite an impact on him after all. It seems he was simply afraid of overwhelming me. He's odd, but perhaps it's precisely that which has me charmed. I'm too invested now. I'm supposed to fall asleep. I'm so sorry, bro wheel. I can't deny that the connection I feel towards him seems like something more than a whim. Something is set alight in the air between us when our eyes meet. Something that was always there in my dreams, just out of reach. But he's here now, and he's real, and he feels it too. Who am I to scoff at that, when I'm the only one who could possibly understand? You would compare me to the moon? It's embarrassing to admit, but ever since I first laid eyes on you in the town square, you've been like the sun to me. You shine in the dreary days of dullness, reminding me of what good remains in this world. I bashfully squint my eyes shut and will myself to turn invisible. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Hi, Kitty! Welcome in! Hi! How you doing? Happy Friday! We're playing a vampire dating sim. If only you knew, my dear pale one. My rays of light can only reach their true magnificence when reflected by the moon. Oh, I love this! They're so into each other! He's so cute! He's so pretty. He's so romantic. I love this. I'd have expected a mansion of this size to have servants sweeping through the floors or conversing in hushed whispers as they pass through the hallways. However, I don't see a single soul as he guides me through to the drawing room. Our only accompaniment is the echoed sounds of our footsteps. The more I stare at wait, hold on. The more I see of his residence, the more I'm reminded of a ruin. Oh my gosh, hold on, wait. I gotta read first. I gotta read. This is not dyslexic friendly text, I gotta say. Okay. The more I see of his residence, the more I'm reminded of a ruin. A tomb where some nobleman lies buried beneath the piles of luxuries he no longer has a use for. I can hear him shooting up the tier list. True. That's just true. A deep sense of loneliness seeps out of every wall, threatening to suffocate me. I wonder how he feels wandering through these hallways all alone. Here we are. Please have a seat. I'll be right back. He gestures at the worn-down but clearly well-made sofa before disappearing behind the door. I sit down and look around the room, pass the time. It's beautiful, but looks somehow disheveled. The candles stand crooked in the candlestick, and a thin layer of dust covers most surfaces in the room, further exemplifying its apparent disuse. He steps back inside, a silver tray held delicately in his hand. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Not at all. He swiftly places down 2 elegant teacups on the table, their aromatic steam breathing life into the stillness of this room. The sight of the lace doilies, there we go. The lace doilies' pristine white color makes a slight worry creep up in my back. I must not spill the tea. Steadying my hand, I lift the teacup and bring it to my lips. The tea ripples as I blow on it gently. Of course, it's extremely too hot to drink. This was merely a practice run. Perhaps a few minutes of conversation should have it ready. I take it you do not make much use of the drawing room? He lowers his cup and nods. Ah, I suppose it's obvious. The majority of my time is spent in my atelier, or in my study, where I wish to read. As you can likely tell by now, this place is far too spacious for me alone. Still, as long as I live in this dreaded city, I can't bring myself to abandon my family home, even if little remains of those who once called it so. Perhaps especially so because of it. I fall silent for a moment, unsure of how to respond. Should I distract him from the dreary topic by delving into our own shared interest in reading? It doesn't seem right to skirting around his tragedy merely because it's unpleasant. Was it the Red Plague? I can see what you struggle to read it. Even my eyes blur with the words without my glasses on. Yeah, it's because it's just this font style I think is just harder for me to read. There's like a thing with like I know it's not just dyslexia, but I know that like that's like a big part of it for me. Is like there's some fonts that are like dyslexic friendly, right? And they're usually the fonts that people consider ugly fonts, like Comic Sans and stuff like that, are genuinely easier for dyslexic people to read typically. But because of how like I think the stylized, I get why they chose this font. I think it suits the feel of the game, but it is a little hard to read because it kind of like flows together, similar to cursive but not quite. But just like how flowy it is and thin makes it kind of hard to read. My sister and I lost our parents and baby brother. It must be hard not having anyone. I did not mean to make you pity me. Death might be a consolation compared to the wandering around the ghost of a city. I do hate Comic Sans, but that's because I saw it everywhere while growing up. Yep. I do hope your family is at peace. Apologies. I did not mean to dampen the mood. Now, enough of all that. Tell me, what do I owe the pleasure of your visit? Oh no, I can't avoid it any longer. I came here for a reason, but would it be absurd to lay it out on the table like this so soon? Then again, with the things he has said just before, it feels as though he already knows my heart. Is there any point in hiding it anymore? Nah, yeah, let's confess our love, baby! Let's do it! Perhaps against my better judgment, I muster up the courage to get the words out of my mouth. I'm about to say something insolent and brash. Will you forgive me? You can say anything to me, and I will accept it. Damn, already? Hey, what can I say? Hey, what can I say, okay? She knows, I know, why deny it, okay? He said we were like the moon to him. He said some poetic freaking stuff to us. He said, and if I'm your sun, then I can only shine as brightly when I am reflected off. That is romantic as hell. He wants me, I want him. Why play coy? You can say anything to me. I'll accept it. My forgiveness is always, irrevocably, yours. Something about the kind look in his eyes and the candor in his words give me pause. I do not deserve his warmth. The reason I came here today is because I cannot forget about you. I simply can't let you go. Ever since the eternal night fell, everyone in the city has been lost. They aren't alive. They're only puppets acting out some play long after the audience has left. It's very romantic. I won't deny that. It's so romantic. I'm a sucker for a romantic. I too was lost, but when I looked into your eyes for the first time, I felt fond. You weren't like them. You're the only person in this world who feels real. I know this sounds like insanity, and you're free to send me away. I have seen the way you look at me. If it is as I suspect, and this feeling is something you recognize, then please let me stay by your side. My heart pounds against my chest, but I feel relieved to finally have speak aloud my feelings that I held inside, no matter what comes next. I cannot believe it. Joy, elation, words fall short of describing the feeling you've stirred inside me. I was right this time. Finally, you've come to your senses, and I've come to see that you belong to me. He holds out his hand to me. It does not matter that I do not understand why. None of this matters. Only he and I exist, and that is the truth. Briefly, I think back to my home, to my workshop where I make the same dreamless robes day after day until my hands can remember the steps better than I remember the faces of my parents. To my sister who, try as she may to suppress it, holds that quiet resentment in her gaze as she looks at me. Why was I the one who lived and not my precious brother? And now, I can leave it all behind. None of those ties have to bind me as long as I have another thread to hold on to. Let's go, take his hand. This eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. You understand, don't you? Your purity is mine, and mine alone to corrupt. Corrupt me then. I won't protest. I'll make sure to savor it, slowly. I think he might be dangerous. This might be entirely warped, a choice born out of desperation. But right now, that thought doesn't reach my heart. All of this makes sense. No, it has to make sense. If it doesn't, the Red Moon has hollowed us all out, and I don't know how much longer I could have taken it before I would have ended up like them. It's better to go out in a blaze than to be ground to dust. He moves over and brushes his finger against me, softly, running them first along my cheeks, then over my lips and down my neck. Every touch sends a spark that alleviates my loneliness just a little more. Bit by bit, he caresses every inch of my exposed skin, making me tremble. His breath tickles my ear as he whispers, "I want to rip you open." Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me, guys! He's totally gonna kill me! If only I could live inside of you. But don't worry, I'll make sure no harm befalls you, my love. I press my lips against his shakily, but my hesitance finds no reply in him as he pulls me in. His mouth moves against mine insatiably, seeming to carry the weight of a lifetime of yearning. See, I love a man that yearns! What can I say? He wants to crawl inside my skin! That's kind of romantic! It's nothing like I've ever felt before. I melt into his rhythm with a sigh, wrapping my arms around him as I lose faith in my ability to support my own body. Then he parts from me and takes my face in his hands. A smile spreads across his face as he presses his forehead against mine. I've seen you in so many forms, but this one is new. Even the scent of blood in your veins has become sweeter. Everyone has forgotten the hundreds upon thousands of times this night has repeated. Even you. I am the only one who remembers all of you. That is why I'm the only one who can have you. You're mine. I'm yours. He runs his tongue along my neck, and I feel his fangs graze against my skin and hold back a gasp. So it's true. It's not that I'd never heard of them before, those cursed to walk between life and death. I suppose I had thought of them more as a tale to scare misbehaving children. Maybe I should have known when I saw his grin. He's a vampire. If you offer me your blood, the eternal night will come to a final end. Our curse will be dissolved. You'll be free. Go on then. Do it. But freedom can be a terrifying thing. I'll have you, won't I? Unable to stay away from him now that I have had a taste, I kiss him again. A quiet peace falls over us as we desperately try to fill the gaps between our physical forms. My dearest pale one. His fangs brush against my neck once more, but they ask to sink deeper this time. Taking a breath, I give a small nod. He breaks my skin and I shut my eyes tightly. It burns white hot, but this pain isn't unpleasant. Absolutely delicious. I feel him softly chuckle against me. Tastes better without the resistance after all. He desperately drains me to the point where I start to feel lightheaded. It's in my grip. I tug back at his back and he pauses to look down at me. My weakened body collapsed onto his as the world stirs. Through closed eyes I can feel it, an unfamiliar sensation, warm. Thin streaks of light filter through the window. Ugh! I open my eyes in shock and cling to him, lacking the strength to lift my arms. It seems my curse does not end here. What? No, wait! He slowly raises a limp hand towards me. My moon. He hacks a cough, with features scrunched in English as flames clutch at his back. Oh my gosh, the light's killing him! Because it's finally daytime for the first time in forever. Oh my gosh, it's doomed! Oh no! Oh no, I don't like it, 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 I don't like it. Oh, okay. The first light of dawn is no sweet relief to a creature of the night. How could he have not known? Or did he know? Do I detect the faintest trace of a smile amidst all the pain? Or is it merely a trick of the light? The crackling noise makes me wince as a horrible stench emerges from his charred and twisted skin. The smoke climbs through my nose and mouth, suffocating me slowly. I can no longer tell if my tears are from pain or from the tragedy of this outcome. Can my body quell these flames, or will they simply spread and consume me? Is there anything I can do? Don't go! You can't! No, please! You can't leave me behind! What am I supposed to do without you? But he has no mouth to respond to me. Before me lies nothing but a pile of ash. What the frick?! I'm sorry for yelling, guys. Unfit to meet the light of day. That's so sad! But, you know, he knew that he was gonna die for us, but that it would finally allow light to return. So he kind of died for us. That's kind of sweet. But that's so sad. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I want to do the same route again, but this time we'll wait longer, I think, to confess our feelings, and we'll see if maybe that can save him. This does make me worry if every single one of the 5 ones is doomed to be depressing or scary, and only the, like, one that you unlock is the good ending. So I'm a little concerned about that. Cannot lie, we don't have any of the CGs yet. Okay, so let's try loading this one. Let's ask about him instead. Despite feeling confident earlier, I've lost my nerve. Thinking about how I compared to him to the sun makes me feel like an imbecile. Oh, how I would love to confess, but I cannot do it yet. Why did he have to ask me so forthrightly? I look into his captivating amber eyes and take a sip of my tea. I can't bear to lie to him. All I can do is avoid his inquiry by subtly changing the subject. Oh! But where are my manners? I haven't even introduced myself yet. My name is... Shh. Before I realize it, he's put a finger to my lips. Our first touch. I can't suppress the faintest flutter of my heart. No, not the doomed lovers trope. Yeah, I'm not good with doomed lovers. It actually makes me really depressed. I like a happily ever after, so I need this game to give me at least one happy ending. That's all I ask. If they can give me one happy ending, I'll take all the sad ones. I just need a happy one. The chill of his cold skin lingers on my lips, even when he moves his hand away. It's not important. Not yet. I'll get to know you in many ways, and this one will be the last. I knew that there was something more to him from the first moment I saw him. My fascination with him is only heightened by these mysterious digressions. Very well, I'll oblige you. In return, will you tell me your name? Virgilius? Virgilius de... Sorry? I don't know how to heck to say that. Virgilius, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. He sheepishly nods his head. He's so cute! I need them to have a happy ending, guys. If they don't get a happy ending, I'm gonna be really sad. Fuck. I let his name swish around inside my mouth like wine. It's pleasant. Have you been living in this city for long? Oh, so very long. Longer than I can be bothered to remember. Tell me, have you ever tried to leave? Me? Leave? Where to, I mean? Based on what I've heard, the journey past these city walls spells certain death for someone like me. I have tried. It's not the journey that is impossible. It's the very act of stepping outside the city walls. Some dark fence wraps itself around me, enough to make me stagger and suffer, but never enough to kill. So like you, I've been stuck here, waiting nothing more than to leave, yet not knowing how. My eyes widen with curiosity. I've never heard of anyone who's tried to leave this place. We all resign ourselves to our hopeless fate and do nothing but pray to the one Lord that things will change, but they never do. Everything only falls further into despair. Yet still I cannot shake this small grain of hope that embeds itself in my heart. I want to know what he has found. I lift up my cup to take another sip of my tea. But I feel myself growing hazy and my attention slips. I do hope the tea was to your liking. Ah, he drank the tea. I figured that would probably be the case, but you know, hey. Muffled screams startle me awake, and as I desperately attempt to jolt up, I'm met with a searing ache that grips my entire body. I can't see anything. A cold sweat runs down my back, and my breath hitches in my throat. My head swirls with questions as my situation sinks in. What happened? Where is he? How could you do this to me? I try to sit up more slowly this time. Only then do I sense the presence of a tightly yanked chain around my ankle. It allows for minimal movement, keeping me tethered to this wretched place. My eyes adjust as I feel my way around the room, hands moving against the peeling wallpaper, gripping on fabric and accidentally knocking against wood. It's no dark, dank attic. It appears to be a fairly well-maintained guest bedroom. Or perhaps it used to be someone else's. A melancholy thought. You're finally awake. I gasp involuntarily at the sight of him. Don't be afraid, dear, pale one. I would never hurt you. The sound of muffled screaming fills the air once more, and I recoil. What are those sounds? And whose blood is that? He wipes the blood from his face and licks his finger in a smooth, practiced gesture as he draws closer to me. Up close and under a dim lighting, I notice an almost otherworldly glow in his golden eyes. The faint scent emanating from him is nostalgic and somehow intoxicating. It's making my head spin. You must have heard the tales. Perhaps you dismiss them all as nonsense, but the Red Plague isn't always fatal. Those of us unfortunate enough to survive it are changed forever. It is blood alone that sustains us. You're a vampire! My breath gets more erratic as his face inches closer. Do I frighten you? I avert my eyes and look at the floor. I want to say that he does. Of course he does. Yet, despite that, something inside of me still finds him beautiful. As I ponder my response, my eyes hover over the chain around my ankle. Could my judgment be clouded by his golden eyes and silver tongue? I yank the chain and muster the courage to look at him. Remove this chain immediately. Of course. If you promise to stay by my side, then I would be more than happy to do so. Of course, there's no way I can promise that. I know. I cannot ask that of you. That's precisely why the chain is necessary. Though, it is charming that you would have even think to deceive me. He softly pats my head, and I instinctively back away from his touch. Apologies. I didn't mean to condescend. Please pretend it didn't occur. Why did you do this to me? I suppose by now there's nothing left but to be direct about my intentions. Dearest pale one, won't you grant me some of your blood? Why can we only have the option to refuse? What the heck? I don't like this. I don't appreciate this, actually. I refuse. He wants my blood? Absolutely not. Who knows what will happen to me? I might even contract the red plague myself. There has to be a way out of here. As I contemplate the means of my escape, he takes my silence as an answer and sighs. Just, please consider it. For the both of us. I'll leave you to be for now. Besides, I need to finish what I've started. Finish what he started? You wouldn't hurt me, would you? I'm sorry that it's come to this, chaining you in this room. But I promise I would never treat you badly. I need you. Please make yourself at home. This room is yours to do with as you please. As he starts to walk away again, I follow him as far as my chain allows. Why am I doing this? Why do I yearn for him? I thought I was scared, but I don't know what to think anymore. Logic seeps through my fingers as my heart bounds after him. Standing in the doorframe, he turns around. For you to approach me this time. The fates have aligned, I'm sure, and for that I am grateful. Maybe if it's an option, you can unlock another one later. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking has to be the case, right? Surely. Surely that has to be the case. Like, because that was the case earlier too. What, take his hand was the only option? So it does make me curious if, like, if we'll unlock some more of these later. I hope that's the case. Thank you, my dear pale one. Suffocating loneliness envelops the dreary home once more. I make my way back to the meticulously made bed and slump down. Could I have known this would happen? What am I going to do? What can I do? The screams I heard in the distance grow louder and louder, until they eventually stop, leaving in their wake a deafening silence more oppressive than their noises ever was. Good morning, dear Pale One. Will you offer me your blood today? I guess we can ask what will happen if we say no. If I refuse, will you take more innocent people's lives, only to prolong your own? You must understand, they're not people. Surely you've realized it by now. Here, where darkness reigns and emptiness echoes, we are the only survivors. They're lost to the cycle, Pale One. They trudge on, possessed by something akin to instinct, but there's no soul left within. I find myself at a loss of words. I cannot deny that I've thought the same thing he has, but it isn't right to reduce humans to nothing so easily. How can we know what goes on in their minds? How can you be so sure? Is it not mere arrogance to put yourself above everyone else like that? I am entirely certain. Pale One, if we have walked through the same streets, come across the same husks, then we are both bear witness to that fact. But it's just like you to still think of them as human, as beings that still have hopes and dreams. I'm good to see that you still have that infectious optimism. It warms my heart. Good morning, dear Pale One. I hope that you slept well. Will you offer me your blood today? Alright, this is giving us a lot of interesting information, so I'm just gonna keep saying. Ask why he wants our blood. I could tell you the answer, but you would not believe me. You never do. Promise to believe me. Then I promise to believe you. That's not an easy promise to keep. Tell me, Pale One. Would you want to save this city, if you could? To put an end to the eternal night? If we could bring things back to how they were, then surely that would be better. But they've tried many times. It's nigh impossible to solve a problem if you don't know the cause. He's sipping blood. I'm sipping lore for real! Sipping some water too, because I'm reading. I'm taken aback as he laughs, almost mockingly, though there's no amusement in his eyes. You know of the cause? Ah, yes, the cause. Of course I would know it, because I am the cause. This is my dreadful curse, Pale One. It is only saving grace, the way it binds me to you. Oh, wait, I didn't reread that. Okay. Of course I would know it, because I am the cause. This is my dreadful curse, Pale One. Its only saving grace is that grace, the way it binds me to you. There we go. Read it better that time. He glances at the window, out towards the red moon. You did promise to believe me this time. Please help me understand you. Help me understand this curse. He closes his eyes and takes a moment to think of what to say, then looks at me with conviction. The flow of time is distorted in this place, which is why we cannot leave. We live in a pocket of the world, governed by its own laws. Time folds and loops in on itself over and over and over again. It's something that not something the human mind was made to bear. With every passing reoccurrence, another loses their identity completely. I'm the only one who is forced to remember it all, not allowed the luxury of forgetting. I am but a prisoner of my own very memories. What he's saying is hard to swallow. It's a lot, and I don't know how any of it can make sense. But I'm determined to keep my promise. Status cube? Yeah, basically. I've seen what he describes. No one is themselves anymore. Perhaps they're nothing more than husks after all. So, you've lived through all of this, only to see the world move further and further away from its proper state? He gives a curt nod. I would like to believe that things do get better. This city will be saved one day, but that hope is becoming increasingly difficult to hold on to. The more I ponder it, the more it feels like a lost cause. I mean, what is the point of dousing a house that's already turned to ash? Even if we were to lift this curse, what's left to rise from its shadow? But you're the only constant. Your pure soul is enough to withstand the weight of time piling up. His soft smile takes on a different meaning now. He must have lived in the loneliest of worlds. If all he lives through isn't real to anyone else, then how can anyone else feel real to him? I've tried to approach you countless times, but somehow we are always fated to end each other. Then time rearranges without a care, and I'm the only one who remembers what we've been through. In recent cycles, I've kept my distance, for it hurts more to be with you than to simply watch from afar. Aww! That's so sad! That way, I thought I could be content to seeing you about your day, seeing you alive and untainted by my deeds. And me, I'm nothing but a shadow of the man I once was. I too have lost myself, though not like the others. Their fate might be merciful compared to mine. This fiendish lust for blood has only intensified and makes me ashamed of myself. He grasps his hands in mine, overcome with a desire to ease the suffering. Who would ever make up such a story as this? Why only tell me now? I'm holding on to my promise in the deepest recesses of my heart, and that means discarding any doubt. Have you told me all this many times before? It must not be easy to stay kind and patient when all your actions are brought to naught in time and time again, and no one else remembers any of it the next day. I have tried to tell you many a time, but without the right lead-up, it is doomed to fail. You might run from me, or retaliate in violence. Sometimes you make fun of me, other times you grow frightened. I've seen almost every face you can make, but this kind of occurrence is rare. You looking at me with kindness is in many ways my greatest relief. But it is not new. It has happened before, a handful of times. Those loops are the most painful. I grow attached to you, only to lose you. Stop! That's so sad! Oh no. That fated loss has not been overturned. So, this time too, I'll resist the temptation to hope. My fingers trace the lines on his palms as he speaks. He does not stir, so he must not mind it. All I can do is listen in awe and hope that my warmth reaches him. But I'm being unfair. I'm only manipulating you by telling you one side of this tale. Pale one, my dearest. Inside of me, another impulse tugs at my sanity. I can feel that unwavering need to crawling under my skin, begging to be sated. I wish not only to have you for myself, more than anything, I wish to ruin you. Knowing our inevitable final destination, why not let me be merciful and end you myself, knowing that it is out of love? Seeing you twist up and contort in pain, or letting you submit to the wiles of something primal and terrible, crushing the one good thing left in this miserable nightmare. I know that it's all temporary, so why bother with decency anymore? Nothing means anything, and shame ceased to exist. It's no more real than a fairy tale to anyone but me. My downfall is mine alone to witness. As he speaks, he grips my hands tightly. His nails dig into my skin, but not enough to draw blood. I call your bluff. You're testing me. You're trying to scare me off before you find yourself actually caring for me again. None of this is a bluff, dear Pale One. It's all true. If you could see the fates I put you through, recall the things I've made you feel, you would not want me anywhere near you. You would loathe me. You're holding back even now, aren't you? Otherwise you would have forcefully taken my blood. Your dedication is admirable. And if it matters so much to you, show me these fates then. I want to remember. If we're the only ones who will live through this tragedy, then I want to be there for all of it. My beautiful, innocent Pale One. Why, I have yet to answer your question. In order to end this cycle of terror, I need your blood, for only yours can purify my curse. I have tried taking it forcefully, but it never works. You lose your purity. Indeed, you must offer me your blood without coercion, and faith in innocence. Then, and only then, will the curse lift and the eternal night end. And everything will return to how it once was? I'm afraid I cannot answer that. I've never gotten to that point. We would have to wait and see. However, I do not believe that the damage wrought can be undone. Those whose minds have grown to dust will likely collapse physically as well. In fact, I do not know the effects of introducing a regular flow of time to those who have been closed to the loop for so long. Then, isn't it dangerous? What about you, or me? A vampire cannot live in the face of the sun, right? What kind of life would you even lead? Would you believe me if I said I hadn't thought about it? I would believe it because I saw it happen! I love him! I'm fine, guys. I'm a normal person. I'm not into weird stuff. I'm very normal about vampires. I'm very normal about men who yearn and are a little crazy. This whole time, I've been working towards an empty goal. I do not know what lies beyond it, but I have nothing else to try. That's not the right way for anyone to live. There has to be some point to all of this madness. How do you even know that this is the only solution? He told me. The one who orchestrated this ordeal, before he left, he told me that you were the key to all of this. I didn't understand the significance of any of it at that time. In fact, I didn't even realize what had happened. And here I thought, this is all your fault. He laughs humorously again. But I am a villain all the same. Aren't you playing right into his hand by following his command? Don't you want to defy those who took everything from you? Ah, I know that expression. It's one I used to wear. Of course, by the time I realized the inescapable gravity of my fate, I was furious. My rage was an unquellable flame. But time dulls all senses, and there's no direction for this feeling. I took it out on you many times, but that only made me feel worse with each passing loop. Of course. Who knows how long it's been for him? Perhaps he himself can no longer keep track. This feeling of someone who might as well be an outsider, hearing this for the first time, can't begin to compare. I don't think it's right, any of this. His acceptance of his role as some great evil is saddening. I won't have it. But what can we begin to do? I couldn't possibly care about lifting the city's burden. Now that I've told you all this, it might be enough for me. It feels like some weight has been lifted off my shoulders. You truly are skilled at keeping your promises. It is but one of my many talents. Surely through all this time, you must have seen them in action. For example, fearlessly going through with the plans anyone else would have deemed too absurd to attempt. Such as ending up on my doorstep without having spoken a single word to me before. Maybe. What on earth were your intentions? Don't make fun of me. How could I ever? I came here to confess my love. Oh, he's so cute! don't leave me speechless too often. I'll be quite the shame when I have to part from you this time. Who says we have to? Oh? You would grace us with even more absurd plans? We can be tied together for all eternity by forgetting about this tragedy and denying the mastermind the payoff the mastermind the payoff he's waiting for. I pull him towards me, and with my mouth closed to his ear, I speak in a hushed voice. I know of the tales they tell. For once, we can make this red plague our blessing. Let me have your blood instead, to become what you are, and to stay here by your side forever. You don't know what you're saying. You would throw away everything for me? That is what I've come here to do in the first place. In fact, what do you believe I'm throwing away? There's nothing here, nothing left, not for me or for you. I have tried to take control of my destiny many times. I've kept my distance in hopes that it would afford you peace. I've lost hope entirely, but I suppose I've never tried submitting to your will. What do we stand to lose? Less than we stand to gain. The sensation of sinking your teeth into someone's neck is a strange one. It takes a lot of determination to pierce the skin, to muster the courage to follow through. I've never been one to hurt others, but I know that this pain I inflict is entirely desired. And based on his reaction, I dare say it is somewhat pleasurable. It makes me happy. I never knew how good it would feel. And the taste of blood is nostalgic. Virgilius. Will you be mine? Always was, dear pale one. Always was. I like that! Embracing the night. I like that ending. I like that one. Fun fact. I love vampires, and I love vampires biting MC and vampire romances, but I love it even more when they let MC bite them back. I think that's really, really hot. I just think it's fair. You know, I think if he's gonna drink her blood, I think it's only fair when you let the girl drink his blood too. Mutual blood sucking. I think that's the way to go. Hi, Seb! Happy Friday. Okay, cool. Well, that was interesting. We got endings 3 and 5. I guess we could try to get some bad endings. I think we're missing 3? We're missing 1, 2, and 4. So I wonder if those are all bad endings. I don't know. And then there's going to be a 6th one? I don't think I've been getting achievements, so I don't think this game has any achievements set up in the store. Yeah, I'm not seeing any, so I think it's just going to be full just figuring it out. These two endings were complete opposites. Either everyone else but you, or just you two. But sacrifice everyone else. Yeah! That's so interesting. Alright. I wonder where a good place to load for this one would be. There's obviously the refuse one if we go this route again. We could just try refusing a bunch. There's also panic here. We could try panicking. There's quite a few options we haven't tried yet. I think we might try some of the earlier game ones, and then we might try the refusing ones. See what we can get. I don't know if the portraits will really affect anything, so I think we'll leave that one for now. Let's try panicking. I don't know what you're on about. I cannot deny that these portraits do bear some resemblance to me, but we haven't met, and I've certainly not sat for any portraits. No. Just when I thought that things had changed. What was it this time? Was it something I said? It's useless, isn't it? Why must you torment me like this? The light I saw in him has left his eyes completely in that moment. Cold shell remained, leaving me to wonder which one was the real him. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I have to leave. I shall lurk now. Try to get back to sleep, but I'm watching the rest. Okay. Yeah. Alright, good night, bro wheel. I hope you can get some rest. I hope you can get sleepy for the lurk. I take a step backwards towards the front door, but he grips my wrist with a terrifying strength. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. I glance at his stoic face with bewilderment. Why is his expression so dead? I can't understand any of this. And his eyes, how hollow they seem now, all the light extinguished. It pains me to see him so, but as he tightens his hold on my wrist, I snap back to the situation at hand. I try to pull my arm from his grip, but it simply won't move. I keep pulling with what strain I have, but it won't move at all. Just what do you want from me? Look at me with those eyes of yours again. Things can go back to normal. Please, my dearest moon, look at me. I know what he wants now, but I'm terrified. How can my eyes fill with love when he has lost the very thing that pulled me in? Try smiling, I guess? I muster my best attempt at a smile, but it feels lopsided and wrong at best. An absolutely joyless laughter resounds throughout the hallway. Pathetic. Absolutely pitiful, really. As suddenly as it appeared, his smile recedes from his features to reveal an almost fragile expression. Oh, my dearest pale one, how I squandered this chance. Next time I'll do better, I promise. Alas, until then, whenever and however that may be. And without warning, he knocks me out. There's no way to know how much time has passed, once again as I regain consciousness. Oh my gosh, it's the paintings! Oh my gosh! Okay, wait. I slowly open my eyes, and a wave of panic washes over me as I realize I'm tied to a chair. That's when I notice him sitting across from me, his expression hidden behind his easel. I try screaming, begging, bargaining, anything that could get him to listen, but he no longer looks at me. He simply stares off into some impossibly far distance, somewhere I can't reach, and probably somewhere he can't reach either. As he looks through me, he paints my form as though possessed. With each erratic stroke, he transposes a piece of me from reality into his canvas. And once he's done, there'll be nothing left of it. And one! Answered your own question. Let's go. Okay. I am curious if we do this one, I wonder if it's the same thing. Okay, he says, give up. I think this might just be a loop here. I click it quite a few times though. We're gonna see. I like to check if the coding gives you a chance. Okay, no, so you have to do this. Okay. Okay. So that doesn't really do anything. But we did get one here, so that's kind of cool. Let's, I guess, check real quick and we can check the portraits. I don't think it's gonna do anything. We can keep quiet. I don't want to pry into his affairs. Everyone in this city has a past, and it's rarely something enjoyable to talk about. There's none whom the Red Plague hasn't affected. The eternal night fell on all of us, and as much as anyone might try to deny it, it took something from us. Make do with what we have left. It's not up to me to open up those wounds again. Besides, I'm a guest. It would be rude of me to pester him with intrusive questions. We've only just been properly acquainted. I have expected... okay, so this is the same. Yeah, see, I don't think that actually does anything, so I think we might, No, I don't think we're gonna do this one. That one did get us ending 2. Wait, no, ending 1? So I think ending 2 is gonna be refusing. Right? And then 3 would be confessing our love, maybe? Yeah, so I think that it's gonna be because, so 1's the painting. I think 2 is if we refuse and don't listen to him. I think that's gonna be another sad ending. Then 3 was the confess your love, and then I don't know how to get 4. Maybe this is 4. Because 5 was the vampire one. So wait, then what would 2 be? Because we already did both. I don't know. We'll try the refuse one. Very well then. I will see you again tomorrow. Good morning, dear pale one. I hope you slept well. Will you offer me your blood today? Tomorrow awaits us then. The days pass quietly. As promised, he does not treat me badly. There is food to eat, and he even brings me books to read. Every day, like clockwork, he asks me for my blood, and every day I refuse. We have an amicable conversation some days, but I no longer care to learn anything about him. How wrong I was to assume so many things about him from seeing his smiling face in the crowd. All I want is to leave this place. The empty life I wanted to escape has become my dearest dream. I wonder if my sister misses me. It must be hard running the workshop all by herself. I even miss the mending of the same workman's clothes. Who would have imagined that? If only I had told someone about my plan to meet him, then maybe I wouldn't have ended up in this situation. Have you finished your breakfast? I have. It was delicious. Thank you very much. I have slowly crafted my cordial facade. I think I'm pretty convincing. Glad to hear that. Now, you know what I will ask, don't you? Although I've enjoyed our peaceful days, I'm not sure how much longer I can endure. What do you mean? Your blood, pale one. I'm ravenous, and your innocent smile only beckons me closer. Let me in, won't you? Make sure it won't hurt. In fact, I think it might make you feel good. Will it really? As I stare at him with an unsure expression, he slowly inches towards me. These are the circumstances I have been waiting for. This is my only chance. I know where he keeps the key. I've seen it. He pulls me into his arms, and I no longer resist. Calm down. Breathe. Wait until the very last moment. I shake my sleeve and catch the breakfast knife in my hand, and without hesitation I drive it into his neck. His eyes turn wide as he parts his lips in shock. Then he looks at me with the downcast eyes and frowns. So this is how it will end this time. His grip on me loosens as I push him off me. He falls with a thud, blood pouring from his mouth. I've done it. I look at the blood on my hands as the splatters across my chest. I killed him. It all went by so fast I feel sick. I hold onto a nearby bedpost to hold myself up. I killed him. My heart is beating in my eardrums. I cannot believe it worked. I expected more resistance, but it seems he's resigned to his fate. Somehow I choke up, struggling to breathe. No, why am I feeling this pity? He's chained me here against my will. He deserves no pity. I have to get out. I cannot breathe in here. With trembling hands, I scramble for the key in his breast pocket and storm out of the mansion without looking back. As I go to sleep that night, I dream of him. There he is, staring at me with desolate eyes and not saying a word. He doesn't have to. My gut festers under his watchful gaze all the same. For nights after that, I cannot escape his haunting face. I'd wake up in a cold sweat, wondering if I had done the right thing. Other nights, when the fates feel kind, I dream of him being in his arms. We discuss a book I had recently read or what we should have for lunch tomorrow. As I wake up from dreams of what could have been, I find tears streaming down my face. Whether a dream or nightmare, they eventually start to bleed together. My waking life. The lines blur as if to say, this cannot end here. And somewhere I know this has not ended here. Ending 4, perpetuate the cycle. Alright, so then ending 2, where the heck would you get that one? Okay. Okay, yeah, so then that's almost all the endings. So, and we did get a CG from that one. We're still missing 2. Which this is from, I'm guessing we get this from ending 2 then? Yeah, Alright, let's try keep quiet. Let's try ask about him instead. For goodness sake, he does not know me. It would be sheer insanity to tell him now that I am here because my life is empty and meaningless routine, and seeing his face is the only thing that made me feel alive in years. Ludicrous. Even repeating it in my head sounds childish. Oh, how I would love to confess, but I cannot do it yet. Why did he have to ask me so forthrightly? I look into his captivating amber eyes and take a sip of tea. I can't bear to look at him. Okay, so then... yeah, that's gonna be the same thing. Okay, so then this is refuse. Blood. Okay, so this is the same. Okay, so I think this is gonna get us the same thing. So where would we place then? Okay. What can we do? I feel like that's all of the ones we've got. Alright. Wait. Let's try asking about the portraits. Play along. See if we confess our love again. Oh no, that's still just that. Okay, so I don't know how we get this last ending. Let's see if we can find a guide, maybe. I feel like we've checked all of the ones you can do. Oh, okay. So, I think it is this one. It's keep quiet, though. And then we confess our love. Okay, so. Perhaps against my better judgment, I muster up the courage to get the words out of my mouth. Okay, this looks like this is the same. Truly? You mean it? The anomaly I've been waiting for. Is it finally here? When I pick up my teacup to calm my quaking nerves, he leaps up from his seat. Wait, don't drink that! He knocks the teacup out of my hand, shattering it onto the floor. Ah! One of the shards embeds itself into my wrist, and bright red blood wells up. What has gotten into him? I flinch as I pull the porcelain shard out of my wound, and in the blink of an eye, he is beside me. Very close beside me. He takes no heed of the teacup's remains, or its contents spilt on the floor, his gaze fixed intently on the cut. His lips press against the wound, as if driven by an overwhelming compulsion. What? Stop it! What are you doing? Don't resist. I shudder as he runs his tongue along the blood trailing down my hand, his eyes locking onto mine. You said it yourself. You feel this bond between us as well as I do. So, allow me. Then his fangs penetrate my skin deeper than the porcelain shard ever did. Tears prick the corners of my eyes as the pain radiates from my wrist. But why? Why am I crying? Isn't this what I wanted? Ow! Stop! It hurts! I just can't help it. Goodness. Why did you have to go and hurt yourself? Don't worry. I'll make it feel good soon. An unprecedented, exhilarating pleasure soon starts to mix into the pain surging through me. Heat rises to my cheeks and I cannot find the strength nor the will to stop him. Such a feeling must be unnatural. Then, why? Why am I not stopping him? Pale one, stay by my side. I'm frozen in place as he moves on top of me, sinking his fangs into my neck, alternating his bites with the gentlest of kisses in the same spots. Tears pull in my eyes and blur my vision. They flow uncontrollably, but I can no longer tell if they are of sorrow or bliss. This intoxicating feeling fills up every corner of my mind, overwhelming my senses, and I cannot even think straight. There's so much blood. If this continues to go on, then I'll... Stop! I can't even muster the words as he seems enraptured, notice, lapping up what blood he can. Is this it? An observer in my own body, I lay motionless until even my heartbeat stills. Dearest? Pale one, you. No, answer me. No, wait! Oh, why? Why? What have I done? This dreaded curse. Unhappy accident. Or is it? Restart the game to unlock another loop! Let's go! Alright. It says restart, so I'm guessing... I think we can do it from just this one? No. Alright. Ah! Let's go! Okay. Good day. Can I help you? I don't believe we've met. Please come in. It's quite chilly out here. I can prepare some tea to warm you up. That sounds... Wait. That cannot be true. I do know him. His name is... Vergilius! Let's go! So... I clutch my head and wince. In the midst of the pain, I can feel something tugging against the recesses of my mind, forcing distant, unfamiliar scenes back to the surface. This eternal night exists because we cannot fulfill our roles without one another. You understand, don't you? Your priority is mine, and mine alone to corrupt. Corrupt me, then. I won't protest. I'll make sure to savor it slowly. Hey! That was from our first ending we got. Excuse me, are you alright? I'm fine. I've tried to control- Wait, and it's showing them in the order I got them! Wait! Wait, that's kind of cool, I like that! I've tried to take control of my destiny many times. I've kept my distance in hopes it would afford you peace. I've lost hope entirely, but I suppose I've never tried submitting to your will. What do we have to lose? Less than we stand to gain. You seem unwell. Please, come in and have a seat. Might I offer you some tea? The memories flood my mind as I sit down on this now familiar sofa. I can't hold back my tears. He comes in with his platter of tea. I know that tea so well. I wonder if he's laced it with sedatives this time. If it's alright for me to pry, will you tell me what's on your mind? I carelessly wipe my tears with my sleeve. What an unsightly display. Though I suppose he has already seen me in worse than this. Vergilius, my fated one. Have I told you my name? No, you haven't. Not this time, at least. Yeah! Okay. An unaudible gasp escapes his lips. He drops everything he's holding, struggling to keep himself upright. He stumbles towards me and grabs my shoulders. The light within his eyes are brighter than ever. Pale one, is it really true? Shh. I put my finger to his mouth. My name is... Let's go! Let's go! Jay. My name is Jay. Oh, we're fulfilling the promise! Oh my gosh, I love it! I love when things come full circle! He kisses my finger, still pressed to his lips. Jay. I've decided it does not matter whose will we follow inadvertently. We deserve to carve out our own happiness. I'm going to have faith in the future. We can break out of this cage. We may have grown indifferent, but I cannot forgive the one who did this to us. Let's travel beyond this night, beyond this city. I want to laugh in the face of evil and get back all we received. And after we have put things right, I believe we can find a place for us to belong. I extend my hand towards him. Will you join me? Oh, do I want to see the look on his face. This must have been outside of the scope of his machinations. Jay, I cannot promise you normalcy. I cannot promise you anything at all. I do not have the same faith you have. The damage has already been done. I am not the man I used to be, and I never will be again. Of course, but promises are my talent. Let me have my niche. Come on, how long do I have to stand here like this? He finally grasped my hand in both of his. I'll follow your lead then, Jay. It won't be easy, you know. There's no going back if you agree to it now. I won't let you change your mind later. His soft hand reaches towards my face, lifting up my chin to allow our eyes to meet. Jay, might I have your blood? With pleasure. Aww! I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this gentle warmth of his lips upon mine. He kisses me softly, almost uncertainly at first. Then bites into my lip, and that familiar hot red brush blushes over me sweetly than ever before. A paroxysm, 1,000 timelines in the waiting. We will meet a new morning, a morning that is truly ours. The future is an uncertain and terrifying place. We grow comfortable in our own inevitable misery more easily than we would like to admit. Sometimes the devil you know is better than the ray of light you don't. Darkness cannot comprehend light, and despair cannot comprehend hope. To break the cycle, we need to jump that chasm, even when we cannot see the other side. At the end of eternal night, what awaits us? I do not know, but I cannot wait to find out. That's so cute! That's so cute! I do love him. I do love him. He is probably gonna rank high. I just wish it was... Oh, I just wish I had more. But it's a free game. I can't ever complain. When it's a free game, I really shouldn't complain that I want more. Oh, it's true. Oh, that one was so cute! What the heck? Aww. And I was right, it was a shorter one. I was pretty right, yeah, 2 hours, so it's right on the money. What did you guys think? I hope you guys liked that. That was Duskbound. It's free, so feel free to check it out on Steam. I mean, we played through all the endings today, but if you guys want to play it yourself, check it out at all. Like, a really, really cute game. I liked that. Curious if they have any other games they've done. That one was so cute. It did not take very long at all for us to finish. But super, super, super cute game. I really liked that. Now, I want to see if they have... I think this is the only game they currently have out. Dang! Kind of a bummer. I hope they make more games. That one was so, like, super fun, super cute. Really liked that game. I'll need to leave it a little review. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was Duskbound. Not too much. Little short stream for Friday. Tomorrow we're going to be playing Bloody Painter, which I believe is a bit of a longer game. So I don't know how many endings we'll do for that one. I mean, it's not super long, but it is like, I think it's another free one. So depending on how long the first playthrough goes, we might try to get some other ones, or we might just do one tomorrow. I'm not really sure. We'll play it by ear, but we'll have an earlier stream, so hopefully more people can make it. Let's see. I have like a list. Let me see if I can look at how long it does take. I think it's like 2.5 hours, maybe, for the whole thing. So it might be another one that's a little shorter, maybe. I do have try to get all endings, so I think it'll be kind of similar to like this one we played today, but similar playtime. So maybe it'll be another like 2 hours, half hours. We'll see, depending on how long each route takes us. But yeah, that was Duskbound. I think that was like such a freaking cute game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I liked that a lot, actually. As far as raids go, I think we can raid Addie. She's live. So I like supporting our friends when they're live. We'll do that. Okay. Oops. Alrighty. Well, if you want to join in on the raid, we will be raiding into Addie. For our little thing. You can join our socials or check out our Discord. Oh, if you're not already. Oh, and here I can. There we go. Alright, Addie. That. Oh, she just from just chatting to Binding of Isaac. Leo loves that game, I think. Alright. Cool, cool. Alright, let me get this raid going. Addie is a friend of the channel, so please feel free to check her out if you want in. Please do so. If you want to join the raid, we got exclamation point raid if you're not subbed. Or if you are subbed, you can do exclamation point raid sub. Or we can do raid sub 2 if you're subbed and feeling fancy. Take your poison. Again, we'll be playing the Bloody Painter dating sim, which is a creepypasta dating sim tomorrow, which is really fun, really exciting. I'm excited for that, at least. I think it'll be fun. I can talk a little bit about my creepypasta face tomorrow, too, while we're at it. Maybe we'll do some of my fanfiction stream, too, that I owe. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Depending on how long the stream goes tomorrow. But, as always, guys, I love you all so, so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, spending your Friday night with me. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys are all taking good care of yourselves, okay? Take good care of yourself? Yeah? Alright. Make sure you drink water, get something to eat, stretch, get some rest if it's late for you. Feel free to raid and run. It's okay. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Bye. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye.